And with any luck, I am live now. And tell me if it is too loud because I had the gain turned way up on the mic. How are y'all doing? And that stream is going very odd though. The stream is going very odd. How you doing, Mr. Wamba, Ray, Pork Chop, Tim, Mr. Gigwise? How are you, sir? Roger Radio Stream, Brandon. Oh, I just got in a few minutes ago. Uh, I had 3 reviews to do all over at my mom's. Technically, I have another one to do over there because I got a canopy in and I need to get that done. Hey, doing, Jason? I was in Steve's stream, just got here. I just got here too, and I have no excuses. So, boom, 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 boom. So, what's happening in the wild, wild west, y'all? If you see, I got some LED lights back there. What do y'all think about those? I thought that line right, where is it? Right there. I thought that looked pretty cool. I put them behind the monitor, and I had another shelf right here a while back, and I put them back there because I did a video. I forgot what it was, and when I sold that shelf, that was gone, so I had to move the lights, and they were just laying back here. And I was trying to clean up last night down underneath my desk, and I thought, oh yeah, I forgot about it. I was gonna sell them, but they're cheap little lights, so I just figured I'll stick them back there and use them. The only drawback is they plug into USB, and uh, I don't have any USB ports over there, so I had to put my little battery pack. So we'll see how long it will stay up. We shall see. Anyway, I had a couple of things to get y'all's thoughts on. Let's see. Let me present, share screen. Oh, I guess I ought to open it first. I just wanted to see what y'all's thoughts were on it and see if y'all have noticed anything. Y'all see that? As part of our continued efforts to improve the Spark driver's platform experience, we identified some trips where we may not have collected and issued tips customers meant for you due to a system issue. To address this issue, we are making system changes and are also crediting your accounts with tip amounts for affected orders, even though customers were never charged for the tips. Bull. You can find more details in the earnings tab of the Spark driver profile under adjustment credits. Did y'all have, and y'all that do Spark, have you looked? Did you have any? Do you believe them? What's your thoughts? And well, I'll share this too. Let me share this screen. So I got my 13 and I've barely done any Spark for a year now. How you doing, Miss Ellen? Hope all is well with you. I did an order back in October and forgot to cash it. Oh, yeah. Well, uh, I don't know. This one person wrote on Reddit, check your one account. My zone drivers have gotten an adjustment credit anywhere from $100 to $300 plus, and some mystery incentive ranging anywhere from $16 to $50. I've also been noticing over the last several days I've been getting exactly an extra 56 cents after completing shops. Not all, but most. So what do you think? Do you think that Walmart really was keeping tips? And do you think if they were keeping tips, you're really going to get them back? I went back. I went through mine for the last several weeks. It's a pain to go back. Let me show you. If wait, I need to move this screen over there. Get over there. Quit. See there, I'm talking to myself. I always talk to myself. I even argue with myself too. That's getting kind of bad there. But anyway, if you don't know, and don't laugh at me from my pay because I didn't blur anything out. I don't care who knows what I make. Y'all know I don't do this completely full time now, and it's Spark has sucked, and this right here will prove it. Y'all check this out. Let me hit play. In case you don't know where to look on the Spark app, there you go. Click on Earnings tab, go to your pay, click that, additional earnings, and that's where it's supposed to show up at. I went back through there. In case you didn't see that, I'll start that because I ran through it kind of fast. I had to go to that one that was $21 because it was the only one that said additional earnings, and that's where that is supposed to be. And it should say the credits and adjustments, which maybe it does, maybe it don't. But I went back through several weeks, individual days. I didn't see any kind of adjustments. But I'm not gonna sit there and go back for months and for the last 365 days. Man, I don't know. I got a branch deposit of $16.92. I haven't sparked since before Thanksgiving, so who knows when it was from. I since I do it every week. How you doing, Pork Chop? By the way, I just started talking to you without saying hi first. I'm sorry. Since I do it every week, I wouldn't notice if they threw an extra $20 or whatever, because I don't keep track with it. There's too many times where you get a tip maybe decreased. Occasionally you get them increased, so I don't keep track with it. So, how you doing, Samuel? I tend to agree with you because I have talked to one customer and they mentioned it because technically, by the terms of it's not terms of use, terms of service. No, it's terms of use, I think, not terms of service. Anyway, the rules, you're not supposed to ask about it. But I had a customer ask me, and they said they left a $15 tip. I didn't get a $15 tip. It was like $10 because I waited a couple, because you got to wait 24 hours, and I checked it. And I've noted that delivery number so I could keep track with it. Plus, if I remember right, I only had like 2 that day, and it was the second one. And there was no tip. Well, I mean, there was a tip, but not for the amount. Now, would the customer tell me a lie? Would they lie about it? Or did Spark keep $5? No way to prove it. But apparently there is definitely something going on because they're not going to admit to any fault, software or not, unless they was forced to. And somebody had written on a comment on that post that I've shared a while ago that apparently they got busted in like last December. I don't remember reading or hearing anything about it, but I didn't pay a lot of attention to Reddit then. So thankfully I'm in a market where I don't have to rely on any one app. Spark is terrible here now, so I don't even turn it on anymore. Nothing showed on Spark earnings, just got the branch deposit. Who's Samuel? I have no idea. Somebody, Samuel Wilkinson. Don't know. Yeah. I've had Walmart corporate person who orders tell me so. The tips, she tips in cash every time. Oh, well, I'm watching on StreamYard. Maybe YouTube is. I know it's delays sometimes, and sometimes it's pretty quick. And so sorry. How you doing, Rideshare Lisa? I have had a busy day. I actually did three reviews today. I still have one here and then a canopy at my mom's that she asked me when I was going to do it, and I said maybe this weekend, maybe next week. I don't know. But yeah, Spark is starting. This right here, I'll share with you again. This is what Spark is here. I'll freeze frame it right there, and I'll share that. And I mean, I got no shame in the game. Let's see. Oh, that's an old one. Where'd that go? Stop sharing. Let me go back. I mean, sometimes people want to know, and you can't share this stuff in the public supposedly. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. But look at that. That's terrible. April 8th through the 15th. What that is, that's this week. So I've made 163 so far. Last week, 305. Week before, 123. Week before, 237. Week before, 419. That was getting a little better. Week before that, 235. You cannot make a living doing that. You can't even pay rent and not even cover the rest of your bills. And they're wanting people to survive on that. And the sad thing is, people are taking orders that they wouldn't even be making that much. Now, especially after they subtract their gas and stuff. But that's how bad it's been here for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Sunday was pretty decent, and that's the only reason why I got the 163. Because I had 113, I think, carry over from Sunday. Why didn't it close? So it's horrible here. But I don't depend. And it's why you do not depend on an individual app. And you just said, Tim, that you have multiple apps. You got to. You got to have something. Yeah, I got to love the lag. That ain't no doubt. That's what my daily totals looked like back when I was killing in those park. At the rate gig work is going, all these apps are going to go out of business because everyone will find another way to make money. I wish I could agree with that, and it should. In all reality, the problem is there's too many people out there that is going to take the $7 and $11 offers. I'd rather make $11 than sit around in a parking lot and not get anything. Okay, well, I guess you'd rather spend $6 of that $11 on gas, wear and tear, and if you break down your individual daily on your car insurance and all that, you do all those deductions and all that, and you tell me how much you're really making. But they're going to do it, especially the ones that are running illegal accounts, because they don't have to wait that full hour to get an order. You know, normal people that have legitimate accounts, 90% of the time, one offer or one order, whatever you want to call it, is going to take you 1 hour. From the time you accept it, the time you get over to wait around to get loaded, then the time it takes you, by the time you accept it, then you have to go get checked in. You have to wait till the time to check in. Then you have to wait to get loaded. Then you have to get it delivered. Then you have to get back in the proximity of that Walmart. It's going to take you 45 minutes to an hour. I've done more than one an hour. You can do 2, but it's not very often. Not often enough to mention. So break that down. And you tell me that you're better off taking a lowball order than sitting around in a parking lot. You're sitting around in a parking lot, you're not burning gas, you're not wearing your car out unless you're sitting there idling. That depends on the weather. I sit there and idle a lot, but I just don't understand people taking these orders and then they want to turn around and blame Walmart and DoorDash and Uber Eats for lowering the base pay. It ain't those companies. It ain't the companies at all. It's the drivers that's causing it. Because if just like you said, Sam, it would be nice if the companies, if they went out of business because nobody was wanting to drive for them because the pay was so low. But that ain't the case. People are going to take the orders, and that's why the base pay has gone down. Is because they know the order is going to get delivered. Somebody will take them. That's why they flooded the market with drivers, because there's somebody that does not think. Oh, I got a little tangent there, didn't I? You can tell that kind of aggravates me, because and I don't get mad at people for taking them, because I've got people that I talk to occasionally. Man, my hair's messed up, isn't it? But I just noticed that I have people that I talk to, and they take the $7 and $8 orders, and I'm like, but I'm not going to sit there and get up in their grill all over it. It's their business, but they can't turn around and gripe about the base pay being low if they're going to take that kind of offer, because they're the exact reason why the base pay is that. It's not Walmart. It's not DoorDash. Put yourself in those companies' shoes. If you could get an order delivered for $3 by an individual, why would you pay another individual $11 to deliver that same order? It's business. You wouldn't. You'd pay the $3. And if somebody would take it for $2, you pay the $2. You can't blame them. It's the driver's fault. I don't care what anybody says. All you got to do is just think about it. Just think about it. I'm not saying you as a driver, but y'all know them. Y'all see them people picking up $7 and $9 orders and the $3 DoorDash orders. I had a DoorDash order a while back when I was able to get back on there. I rejected or declined several that was like $2. I'm like, it's ridiculous. I wouldn't even start my car for $2, period. Anyway, where we at? Wait. Wow, y'all got some chat going on. All right. I like to see the little activity. It makes me have to read faster. A multiple apps too fast trying myself on DoorDash. I'm trying to win myself off of DoorDash. I make the bulk of my money on the catering apps now. Yeah, man, we don't have them here. Well, I did sign up for one that you told me about, but the closest is in Dallas. I only drove 18.6 miles. That's cool. I didn't drive. Well, I drove to my mom's and back here. Well, okay. I drove to Taco Casa, then to my mom's, and then back here. I ain't even turned the apps on. I turned the apps on yesterday. I turned Spark on yesterday on my way to my mom's, and I started getting Spark orders. And yesterday turned out to be a decent day. I mean, for the amount of time I was on for about 3.5 hours, and it was like $108. To me, that was a good day. But I've gotten to where even when I do work the full day on Spark, my full day is about 5 or 6 hours, and the pay reflects it. You get what you put into it. If you want to sit out there all day, you might break 200, but I'm not going to do it. I may have to do it, but right now I don't have to do it. I'm just not going to. I see something about a stripper. Hold on. How you doing, Zabak? Me here. I've just been over on another live stream spreading the word about the new break room. Cool. Yeah, if y'all haven't, I think I may just do that on Wednesdays. I don't know if anybody does lives on Wednesdays, but Wednesdays at 9 o'clock, the break room for gig workers. I think you can probably just do a search for it, and it'll say it on there. But anyway, just somewhere to hang out. There's no topic really. It's just like a break room at a regular job. You may talk about the price of gas or whose car is parked next door. I don't know. As long as we're all friendly and nice over here and respectful, that's the main thing. What was everyone doing before gig apps? I was working for the state hospital. I wound up getting fired because I ran out of time because I was on, what do they call it, workman's comp. Then I went to work at police dispatch in a little town, and that was mostly through COVID. And after that, I started doing DoorDash and Uber Eats. Actually, I think it was Grubhub, Uber Eats, and then DoorDash. And because I worked at the Iowa Park as a dispatcher. I'd worked 911 here in Wichita Falls as a call taker, but that was a lot more work than I was able to handle. I'll just be honest with you. I give kudos to the police dispatch, especially in small towns, because small towns like Iowa Park, you're the police dispatcher, you are the fire department dispatcher, you are the ambulance dispatcher, you are the animal control dispatcher. You take all the calls and you dispatch everything. Well, you put them, the calls you transfer to AMR, the ambulance, but you monitor. But anyway, I started doing that, but I didn't go back. I could have went back to the state hospital, but I was making more on doing gig apps and working when I wanted to and how I wanted to. So I saw no use in going back to North Texas State Hospital. Kind of missed some of the patients and a couple of the employees, but that's what I was doing before the gig apps. I was a stripper. All right. Man, I wish I'd known that when I was in St. Louis. I'd have brought me some dollar bills. I'm on a wait list and Simpex. You guys, you can make a bank on that. Yeah, I bet. Evening, how you doing? Gigging? Gig in the Great North. The great, what was that? The Great White North? What was that? So, who was that? Was that on Ted? I don't remember. I just remember. Maybe it might have been Cheech and Chong. I don't know. It was a long time ago. The Great White North. I really wasn't a stripper, but I did bartend in a strip club back in '93. I bet you could make some good money as a bartender, especially in places where they are geared to be tipping. Oh, Jason Gigwise and Grandpa. Gigwise black. Fun job while it lasts, yeah. I only anything like that. I worked at, well, it was food service, so it really wasn't alcohol. I worked at Red Lobster one night for a couple of hours. Learned early in life food service was not for me. And then I wound up working at Walmart in the deli part-time when I worked at full-time Blue Cross and Blue Shield. I enjoyed it, but I really enjoyed working for the city more than any of them. But that job had to get cut short because of things that happen in life. Wow, Spark has really load what drivers make. Haven't done Spark in months. Yeah, well, they're still $17 and $23. I did a couple Sunday. One was $36, but their base pay is what's lowered. And the only reason why it was $36 is because of the tips. They're gonna get to where the orders are, the base pay is going to be nothing, and you're going to depend strictly on tips. And that's not right. It's not fair to the customer. I mean, customers shouldn't have to pay our salary. Dashing Across America does Wednesday nights. Oh yeah, he was on. I forgot because I saw it when I flipped over. I saw him on there. I don't. Well, what time does he do his lives? I've watched his lives a couple times, but I didn't pay any attention to the time. Yeah, it is going to be hard to get around. I don't, especially if I wind up doing 3, because I had said, Ray reminded me about, I had said that I was going to start doing some lives on the review channel, but I guess I might could just do like one a month and not do a weekly. I don't know. I have a lot to do, but I like to hang out with y'all and just talk and, you know, it's kind of nice to take a break. And like this, I have got a few hours worth of editing to do, but it's kind of nice just to chillax and just talk. Because, even on this channel, it ain't all about gig apps. I'm going to try to focus more on that and use the break room for my rambling that I tend to do quite a bit of. Thinking about doing a live stream on Monday soon, focusing on catering apps. That would probably be good. I don't know anything about catering apps, but we don't have any. I had shared a picture of my daughter when she graduated. It was for prom. And she was like, ooh, she didn't like the dress that she had. And she spent a lot of money or a lot of time on her hair and everything. And the fella she went with wanted to go for about 5 minutes and then wanted to leave. Some guys just don't think about things. Even at that age, they ought to think about the girl. But some people, it's a big deal to. Some people, it's not. Never was to me, but I didn't spend a lot of time on my makeup and my hair and my dress. Oh, I'm thinking about doing that. That sounds good. Yeah. I'm sure I will mention how much I think DoorDash sucks as well. I think everybody thinks DoorDash sucks now. Maybe somebody, well, I think there is a video or two out there that says DoorDash sucks. Mackenzie Brothers. Oh, is that who it was? Okay, I remembered something. Hey, take off. The great wet. Yeah. I was making around $900 cash a week working behind the bar at the strip club. Man, $900 a week. I would probably think that, grandpa would be good at the strip bar. I've never really went to strip bars. I'll be honest. I've never been a bar hopper, like clubs, big dance clubs and stuff. I've went to quite a few, or not quite a few of them, but I went quite often. But I never really went to the bars. And as far as strip clubs, I can really honestly say 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 times. One of them, I didn't even know it was a strip club. It was huge. It was up in Oklahoma City. I don't remember if it was what part, if it was actually Oklahoma City or if it was like in one of the suburbs. It was huge. It had a big old balcony all the way around it. And I didn't know it was a strip club until the girl walked up to give us another picture, and she didn't have no top on. And I was, whoa. And then I started really paying attention. But yeah, I did get to deliver to a strip club here twice, and both times they have the door closed. You walk into where you pay to get in, I guess. And then back when I went, you just walk in the front door and the bar and the dance floor, everything was right there. But this club, they had a little breezeway, I guess, where you pay to get in, and they had the door shut. And one time I went, the door was open, but it was in the middle of the day, and they were sitting up at the bar, all talking and everything. Nothing exciting happens when I do deliveries, which I guess is a good thing, really. I have thumbnails for old live streams that say DoorDash sucks. Maybe that's what I'm thinking about, because I remember seeing it. Tim, you do not want to talk post DoorDash. Or do you? Hey, Steve, how you doing? Did you sneak in? You sneaked in here. I didn't even see you. How you doing tonight? I was going to try to jump over on your live, but I was over. Actually, my mom was going to go get a hamburger, and I had set StreamYard up to do the live before I left today. But I got over there at my mom's and was working on reviews and everything. And she had mentioned something about going and getting a hamburger or something. And I was like, I'm really not hungry right now, but I might be in a little bit. And she goes, what time is it? And I said, well, it was like 7:35, something like that. And she goes, well, you have your live tonight. Or, well, you have your show tonight, what she calls it. Oh, crap. I forgot all about it. So I had to get here and get everything set back up and plug this mic back in. I found out the other night that I can plug in my lav mic into the input of my PC and use that mic instead of this mic. So if I'm sitting over there or if I'm sitting in there doing a review, I don't have to have the big mic right here. I can stream it through my lapel mic, which is really nice. No. Some catering stuff. I want to know if it's possible to use Dumpling as a catering platform. Are you almost done with your route? What's a dumpling? I'll let him tell you. I first found out about, I don't know how many of y'all remember Joe Gig. He was one of the first ones I started kind of watching. It was him and UDM and somebody else. And I think that was before I found Pedro. When I found Pedro, he had like 300 or 400 subscribers, if that many. I don't think he had that many, but he sure blew up though. But yeah, Joe Gig is the first one I ever heard talking about dumpling. That was about 2 years ago. Yes, 100%. I love hearing about you and your mom. Oh, she did tell me, if anybody asks, tell them I'm fine. I'm doing well. Did you see the eclipse? Yes, it was pretty cloudy here. I don't know if y'all watch Matt Carricker. He has Demolition Ranch. Used to be Off the Ranch, but he renamed it to just Matt Carricker. He's in the hill country north of San Antonio. He bought a resort and redoing the resort, and it runs down is that the Guadalupe? Yeah, Brazos is over at Graham, runs to Fort Worth. So I think that's a Guadalupe. Anyway, one of the rivers down there. But he rented some spots out for camping spots just out in the pasture by the river. And I watched a video of that. Yeah, it was cloudy down south. It was clear here, and I videoed it and I put it on my Facebook. I don't remember if I put it on my personal Facebook. Well, I mean, both of them are my personal Facebook, but I have a Dashing Grandpa Facebook. I might have put it on there. But anyway, yeah, I watched it. I stacked, I don't know who's into photography, but they're ND filters, and I stacked the ND filters. So I was able to do it. Did pretty good. Other than I don't have one of those. They have forgot what it's called. It's a device that actually will track like the moon. It'll automatically track it. I don't have one of those, so I had to wait till it came across. I time lapsed it, so it came across and got out of frame. Then I would just stop it, start it, move it, do it again. Anyway, it came out pretty good. It's all right. Dumpling is an app that you pay monthly for, but you can use it gateway. I think that's why I never really did it, because when Joe Gig was talking about it a couple years ago, I was still kind of struggling. I mean, I still struggle, but I mean, more so then than now. So I didn't really have I know you could probably make more money, but I just didn't have the money to invest in it, if that makes sense. It was pretty cloudy here, but 94% covered. I, I think that's what it was here, 92. It got down to where it was just like the fingernail of the moon, when that lit just the crest. But it still come out pretty good. I don't know if I put that on my Facebook or not. I'll put it on there though, just for the fun of it. I don't know if anybody wants to watch it, but I'll put it on there just to be putting some on there. I found out about Dumpling through Steve. 56% rating means nothing. Do any of you ever use Paro? I never used Paro. Anyone know anything about the Paro app? Lisa, I finished in 2 hours and 40 minutes. It just doesn't seem to be brilliant for me. You're talking about the Paro app? If the sun blacks the moon, why is the sky not bright then at night? If the sun blocks the moon, actually the moon blocked the sun, but it's only during an eclipse. Or you have a lunar eclipse, but that's a different deal. Rotation is the reason why. I know about Paro. Yeah, I imagine Steve does know a little bit about Paro. See, when Paro first came out, I mean, they had to change up their strategy a little bit, and I don't know. I just never got into it, and really the only app that I ever ran was Maximos, Gary's app, and I liked it. I just didn't do enough to justify paying for it, and now I sure don't. There's some kind of app running on Spark though, but if they catch you, you're out of there. It doesn't matter if it's just reading the files or if it's going in the back door. If you use anything, your will be deactivated, and I kind of agree with it. I can block the sun with. I can block the sun with a moon. Not sure y'all would want to see it. Yeah. 3 tiers, Tim. Free 2-card business and enterprise levels. Yeah, I saw plenty of moons when I was growing up because mooning was a big thing back in the day. You could be cruising down Kemp Street and all of a sudden you see a big old booty just hanging out the window of a vehicle. No. I'm not saying Paro does now. I'm saying when they first came out, it supposedly did. I don't know. I know it doesn't now. No. I realize that. Maybe I didn't say that correctly. If I insinuated it does, no. I know it doesn't. I think it works pretty much like Gary's app, and yeah, no, it doesn't go no. And the Spark bots that they've got running, technically, they don't either. They do basically just like because I comprehend how Gary's app works, and back in the day, I might could have probably not written that good of a script, but I understand basically like macros in a way. But the Spark bot works basically the same way. It reads what's sent out, but it reads it that quick. And now all normal people without the app will see is extra earnings. You'll get the written notification across the top of your phone, but nothing will ever populate the screen because it's already been accepted because the app or the bot they're running automatically accepts if it meets the filtered criteria. I understand how it works, but it doesn't make it right, because people that are actually out there working don't get the opportunity to see that. And Spark makes it very clear, if you use any kind of software, anything, no matter how it does it, you will be deactivated. And I'm not taking a chance on that. But no, PARA does not go in the back door. I think that when they first came out, they did, from my understanding. They changed all that. Everything got straight. My man has never seen the sun. You definitely need those eclipse glasses. Yeah. I bet it has, because you went camping and fishing, and you can't go camping and you can't go fishing unless you always just go to a place where it's lots of people around. But I've been camping and fishing in lots of places where when you gotta go, you gotta go. But there's a lot of places I go, there's nobody around. I went the other day and dragged the bottom of my car. I sure didn't like that. Yeah, until they get caught. There's a lot of people running bots and stuff, but yeah, I've heard about that. Something that I have been noticing, and I don't know it for a fact, but I do know they have a software that does it, because it's been out for years, that it blocks cell signals. And here in the last, not so much this week, but a couple of weeks ago, I was noticing at one Walmart, you would get orders if you was like across the street or just right down the road, you'd get orders. But when you got in the parking lot, you didn't get anything, nothing. And I don't know if somebody is running one of those blockers, because they do have them. Businesses have used them for a while now to keep people from using their cell phones while in the building. But it is a software that will do that. I don't know if they're doing it or not. Yeah, the cell jammers. Yeah, it's a real thing. It's been around for quite a while. Hello, T-Ron. Howdy. Makes like a bear and poop in the woods with a brewski in it. Yep. I ain't even, some of the places I go, we don't have any woods around here. We have ravines and sandstone that's sticking out the side of a ravine that kind of makes a little seat for you to back up against. As you just go a little bit east of here and south of here, and you can get some wooded areas. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can camping and fish without getting naked. I could elaborate on that one, but this is family-oriented show, so. So do you never sit in the parking lot for sport? I sit. I do, but a couple of times I noticed I wasn't getting anything, and now this is just a theory, and I came up with it back when I first started, about 4 years ago with DoorDash, because we have a mall here, and it's close to your hot zones, but not in the hot zone, just real close to it. But if you sit in one spot for very long, it's like the GPS signal loses you and you won't get no orders. And if you drive 100 yards up, bam, you start getting orders. So a lot of time, I think maybe Spark kind of does the same thing, is because if you sit too long in one spot, and you tend not to get orders. And here lately, it seems like you're better being about I would say, well, where I sit sometimes is about 500 yards out of the Walmart parking lot. Still, I mean, you can still see Walmart. It's just not in the Walmart parking lot and probably 300 to 500 yards away from there. Now, the Walmart out by where my mom lives, you can't hardly do that because there's really nowhere to sit. But I get on their Wi-Fi because I can back up next to the building and always use Walmart's Wi-Fi if you can, in case there is cell blockers, because they can't block that one. I mean, not that I know of. Maybe they could, but I haven't had any issues. But I think it's better to use Walmart's Wi-Fi. And if you suspect somebody's running the cell blockers, I think it's better to set like across the street from the parking lot, not actually in the parking lot. Just my opinion, what I know. I guess I'm going to have to do a camping trip pretty quick. I got a tarp coming, and to me, the first thing that comes to mind with the tarp and how to demonstrate it is to spread it out and put your tent on top of it. I know you could strap covered loads with it on your pickup or your trailer, but I don't have a pickup or a trailer. So my thoughts are to go camping, and wouldn't it be a shame if I had to take off for a couple of days and go camping? Man, that would just be terrible. All the way back, heading to a delivery. All right, well, that's good. Make some money. Daddy need a new pair of shoes. I don't think my Walmart Wi-Fi would reach out in the parking lot. I have to go pretty close to the building before I pick it. Yeah, Walmart I go to out there by my mom's, you have to be right up against the building. It won't. Just got to message him a little. Sorry, y'all just carry on, carry on. Um, yeah, we still need a camping with Grandpa meetup. Yeah, I am ready. That I looked that up. State Park. Man, my mind is blank. There's a state park over in Texarkana. Well, it's yeah, just this side of Texarkana, but it would be kind of in the middle between Missouri, South Texas, and all down in there. It'd be kind of in the middle, and me going that way, you go that way, you go that way, and there we are. What is the name of that state park? Yeah, Buena Vista. I am ready. Actually, my mom mentioned that today. She goes, "You really need to go." So I am. I am. I can't remember what. I still can't. I forgot to go look at the dates. Can't remember if it was the 1st of June or the 1st of July. I think it was the 1st of June. But hopefully everything is still to go on that. Um, I'm kind of curious now. Man, what is the name of that? Let's click over here on this. Texas State Parks. I just need a map because all I got to do is see a map because I know exactly where it's at. I just scooch over. I don't need to go all the way over to Arkansas. There's Washada, Chickasaw Nation, Fort Richardson. Where are we at? Henderson. I blew it up too big. Now I can't even see where Texas is at. Oh, there we are. Whoa. There's Denton, and I don't want to go to Eisenhower State Park. That's a fact. Atlanta State Park. That's where I'm trying to think of. I went to Eisenhower State Park. It's Lake Texoma, which is a big striper lake, a huge lake, right between on the Red River between Oklahoma and Texas. I drove through there, and they packed in there like sardines. I mean, like camper to camper, tent to tent to tent. And man, if I wake up in the middle of the night and need to go pee, I don't want to have to walk, 500 yards to the bathroom. I want to be able to just go. I don't like camping right next to each other. I like my personal space. If anyone is interested in AI music generators, creators, check out Suno.com. It's pretty dang cool. Is that Christopher Taylor? How are you, sir? What part of Texas are you from? I was raised in Odessa. I'm in Wichita Falls. But I do know where Odessa is. We had a plant out there. I worked for EGI. I think they had one in Midland, Odessa. Oil field equipment, big oil field equipment. Yep, I'm sitting right close to the Red River, north central Texas. Well, it won't travel. It's more than 5 miles from the house. You don't want it. Hey, fishing is a different thing. I mean, we're not talking about DoorDash deliveries or catering orders. This is fishing. This is real stuff now. Moss Creek, yeah. I've never been there. I have heard of it, but I've never been there. I'm getting closer and closer to getting away, Jason. They say Odessa is the armpit of Texas. Man, I tell you what, I have said it before. Wichita Falls is the gate. Wichita Falls is the gate to hell. You can go east and it's pretty. You can even go a little bit south and it's pretty. But if you go west and until you get to New Mexico or somewhere, and there's a lot of people that love it. And if you lived probably like where Steve lives up in Colorado, I had cousins by marriage that lived up in the mountains, and they loved coming here because you could see for miles. But man, when you're born and raised around this, everything east or west of Wichita Falls, because you can go 20 miles east of Wichita Falls and it starts getting pretty. Start getting into the oak trees and stuff like that. But here, man, it's mesquites and then just open fields. And you can see for miles, with that old song, Miles and Miles of Texas. It ain't no lie. You can stand here and pretty much see Amarillo. Not literally, but I mean, there ain't nothing between here and there. Bunch of little towns, but people call them home. So that's all good, I guess. Rancher Radio, he can come through and get me on the way to Austin. Hello, Wendy. How are you? I used to want to live in Austin, but I heard Austin has gotten really grown up since my aunt and uncle used to live down there. Oh man, 30 years ago, maybe around. Yeah, probably 30. Well, I got to stop and think how old I am. Probably 40 years ago, really. But it was pretty. I loved it down there. But now it's probably a nightmare. The movie Friday Night Lights was about the Permian Panthers in Odessa. Really, I didn't realize that. I remember the movie, but I didn't remember that or know that. Steve, I should fly to Austin, but that was only if I banked and made 2,500 this week. I'm nowhere close. Every time I hear the word Austin now, I don't think of the capital. I think of Blake Shelton's song. If this is Austin. Anyway, Buena Vista. I am ready. I'm gonna have to start making more on Spark. That's for sure. Lear would have really loaded me up this weekend. You know what would be cool? There's the app that I had. It wasn't delivered. I had an app. I can't remember what it was. I don't know if I put it back on this phone or not. But it was traveling. I mean, you could take one of the gigs I remember seeing. It was picking up some artwork in San Antonio and taking it to Denver. But it paid like $700 or $800, and it was artwork that said it would fit in a vehicle, in a car. Some expensive artwork, and they do a lot of pets. They haul a lot of dogs and stuff. Can't remember the name of that app. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about. But it would be cool if I could get a gig on that, going from even Dallas, even if I had to drive to Dallas and then to Denver to cover it. But you said y'all was going to have a gig meeting, a gig conference kind of thing. So if you do that, I guess technically all I'd have to do is turn DoorDash on and make that a business trip. At least I can take off my mileage. Yeah, I can't remember the name of that app, but they delivered a lot of dogs. But there was that one order I remember because that stuck in my head, and I thought, man, this would be the perfect app if you was wanting to take a vacation and you can find something going in the direction where you're going. It pretty much pay for your gas, and probably your hotel. There was a big scandal about the coaches recruiting players to play football in Permian High School in order to win the state championships. It's sure good to see everybody here tonight. I just want to tell you, I appreciate you coming by for real. To see the chat moving, that's pretty cool. I don't even know how many people's here, but I don't care if it's 2 or 3, 4 or 5. As long as somebody's here just to hang out, so I don't sit there and talk to myself. My mom told me she watched the one that I did the other night from the break room, and she said that she couldn't see the chat. So it looked like I was just walking around talking to myself on the camera. I was, well, that's what I pretty much do. But I do, like on the break room channel, one I'm going to do the live streams on. I kind of want to have somebody come on and hang out, and they talk too, and we just all converse. like a special guest. Maybe I could get like, maybe Blake Shelton or, somebody like that to join my live stream. Don't you? That would work. Why not? I'm joking, but it would be cool to have somebody come on, and because it gets, when there's really nothing happening in the chat and nothing to keep it going, it gets kind of hard to come up with something to say, and that's why I ramble a lot. Probably more than I think. Y'all probably think I'm some kind of wacko, but maybe I am a little. I did work at the state hospital. I always told people I went to work there so I would know people when I got put in the state hospital. I would know how the system worked. I would know people. Believe me, you don't want to go after working there for a few years. And I tell them, if you ain't crazy coming in, you'll be crazy by the time you go or leave. There was a dedicated channel for the break room. Yes, I just started it. Matter of fact, what was it? Last night was the first time I even put anything on it. Me and the Wombles were on there, and there was a young lady on there, and I don't remember who it was, but I guess I could share a link if I can find it here. Let's see, Grandpa, the break room. Well, it's going to do that mess. Let me do this. Oh, I did find something out, y'all. If you are a content creator, which a lot of you are, if you want to put a link in a short video, no longer can do that. And apparently that took place in August. I did not know this, but you cannot put a link in the description or in the comment section. I got a couple of emails about some kind of Discord updates or something about privacy policies. And I don't know that I've ever been on a Discord. I don't really understand. Was it kind of like a chat room or something? I'm not real familiar with it. I know what chat rooms are, but Discord, come on. Yeah, I probably need to. But I want to be honest. I honestly stay so busy. I'd almost like, and in a way, I would almost like to get a W-2 job again, so I'd have some free time. And I know that sounds crazy, but voice chat pictures and all that. Oh, cool. Now that would be. There used to be a chat site years ago called MSN. I think it was MSN, Virtual Places, VP. It was like a regular chat room or regular. You had your chat over on the side, but you had a website and it had music playing and you could decorate it all up. But you used like avatars. So that was pretty cool. I joined Lisa's Discord, left though no one ever responded to me. Oh, so you don't know if anybody's there? We talk and stay busy on the Discord all the time. We used to pick vegetables in Gardendale. I thought about getting a very part-time job at a pizza joint delivering so I can get free foods to offset the grocery costs. I hear you. I need to get a part-time job at Taco Casa, but man, I'd literally be the grandpa up there. Well, there's a couple up there they're younger than me, but not young enough to be grandkids, but almost young enough to be kids. I need a discount up there as much as I go. I could get a senior discount, but I think that's only 10% off. I think you got to be 50 or 55. I am definitely that. But yeah, for real, I worked less when I had a full-time job than I do now. but I enjoy it. It's like I told Ray, National Humble, it's uh, part part-time pay with very full-time working hours. I work 15, sometimes 18 hours a day between doing Spark, doing all the emails, communication, the the paperwork part of it, as far as like updating your list of stuff that's coming, stuff that you completed, and then you got the actual review to do on video. Then you got the editing to do. Then you got the uploading process. It's a lot, but if you enjoy doing it, then it's worth it, I guess. But sure can't think about it as an hourly thing. If you thought about it as hourly pay, you'd probably be making about $2 an hour. Beware, we cuss a lot. I got nothing against cussing. I mean, I might slip up and say something here and there, and it's not that I'm any holy roller or anything like that. I don't know. I just don't. It's not anything against anybody. I mean, that, and when a sentence has 10 words in it and 8 of them are F, I don't really like that. But if it fits, and it fits in context, like that stupid son of a, I understand that one. Or you're a dumb, I understand that one. But some people I have heard talking, it's like they're trying to get in as many F-bombs and any cuss word they can think of, try to get as many in one sentence as they can. And I don't like that. But just like drinking, just because I don't drink very much, well, I can pretty much say I don't drink. I've got a bottle of whiskey that I've had over almost 2 years, and it's 3/4 full. But I got nothing against drinking, and I would have a beer with somebody. I just don't. Nothing against it. I just don't. Actually, many pizza restaurants are now using gig apps exclusively for their deliveries. Got like 5 free pizza bags from Pizza Hut and let all their drivers go. Really? I do when I do DoorDash, like in Burke Burnett, which is north of Wichita Falls, it's Pizza Hut a lot. And then here in Wichita Falls, it's Little Caesars. And I've done a couple of, Marco's? I think it's Marco's. I've done a couple of those, but a lot of Little Caesars. But Pizza Hut, I've done a couple of Pizza Huts here in Wichita Falls, and that's where I got my pizza bags. But I gave a couple of them away, and I tore up a couple of them because I would use them to put stuff on. Now I've got me a backseat protector. It's actually for pets. I highly, 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 if you drive a car or a 4-door pickup, I highly recommend them. If you want to protect your interior at all, I highly recommend them. Plus, it gives you some extra space because you don't have stuff falling off the seat into the floorboard because you got a platform that goes all the way to the back of the front seats. I highly recommend them. DVMA straight rated R or worse. No YT censors on Discord. He said doo-doo. I probably did. I don't know. Oh, means mature audience. I was like, I don't know what that means. Oh, I have seen that rating. Like I said, I got no problem with whatever. I go to what's his name, Mic Drop. I forget what he changed his channel name to, But anyway, I'll go over to his, and he cusses quite a bit, and people in there cuss quite a bit. But it's not like it's a horrible thing. I mean, like I said, as long as it's not like every other word, and to see and competing with each other to see who can say the worst the most times in one sentence. That the Mike the Mick Drop Barbecue. That's it. He's a pretty cool guy. I watch him. I go to his lives. He has lives a lot. Put a battery in my little flashlight. That's a handy little flashlight. You put it in your pocket. Anyway, I don't even know what time it is. Oh, it's 10:15. I kind of running. Nothing new on that. I do need to eat though. Now, if my mama said, "You want to get a hamburger?" and you want to bring it, I'm kind of getting hungry now. And she may be on here watching. If she is, hi, Mom. Anyway, I'll probably fix some corn dogs. I got corn dogs and throw them in the air fryer. YouTube censors know they cuss a lot, and that affects the AdSense. You get better paying ads when you keep it more clean and clean. Yeah, you do. Well, they came out with that last year. Was it last year or the year before last? They came out and said that it's you can cuss, but if it's overly done, and you know if you're a business, you want to attract the well, I shouldn't say that, but I kind of see where some of them are coming from. Depends on what they're selling. You know, you don't want somebody talking about uh, a kid's toy, like a slip and slide or something, and somebody said, "That's a slick mother." You know, you wouldn't want. Maybe you would, but if I was a business owner, I really wouldn't want that because kids are going to be watching that kind of stuff. But you know, I haven't had CC's in a while. We used to go to CC's a lot. The CC's in the Metroplex, Dallas Metroplex area, I can't remember, probably Grand Prairie or Arlington, they were a lot better than the CC's here, or they used to be. I haven't been down there in a while. I used to have a friend. Well, I still have a friend that lives down there. Just don't hang out with her anymore. That's a slick Mama Jamma. Yeah. Mama Jamma. Yeah. But, you know, that's what I say. Just because somebody doesn't cuss all the time or drink all the time does not mean they got something against it. You know, just like my kids used to say, "Hey, you're a goody two shoes. You never got in trouble." And they was right, but it wasn't that I was a goody two shoes. I was lucky and never got caught because I did plenty when I was younger that I would have gotten a lot of trouble. But I got lucky. So just because I don't act a certain way or say certain things doesn't mean that I'm an angel. Because believe me, I'm not an angel. And I ain't afraid if my mama's on here watching, she knows I'm not an angel. Probably more so of an angel now than I used to be, but we're all human. You know, you have to express your feelings and live your life the way you want to. It ain't nobody to judge. What is that? Judge not lest ye be judged or something like that. No, not for me to say. You have a Southern made donuts in your neck of the woods. They used to be great donuts. No, we don't, but I did hear that we were supposed to get a Krispy Kreme here. Um, yeah, I bet you are innocent. Innocent until proven guilty, right? You know, I don't know if y'all watch On Life Patrol, but you know, I used to watch Cops too, but you really don't notice it until you're older and you're really paying attention. innocent until proven guilty. Do you know how many people get handcuffed, frisked, and everything else until they are proven innocent? So they got that backwards now. And I understand certain situations. I understand handcuffing somebody if they're being loud and belligerent and on edge and things like that. I understand that. But I watch that on Life Patrol, and they'll be putting people in handcuffs, and they're like, "Yes, sir, no, sir," and trying to be respectful. Well, for our safety and your safety, we need to put you in handcuffs. You're not being arrested or detained, or you're being detained but not being arrested. So you're guilty until you can prove you're innocent. So that's a bunch of crap. See, I cussed. I'm playing. Yeah, I like the On Life Patrol. I used to watch it a lot more than I do now, but I do like it. I like watching customer wars and neighborhood wars. Oh yeah, horrible driver set me off too. And left lane is for passing, not driving. And I think when they first started that many years ago, they said the left lane was for the fast lane, and that seems to be what people have got in their heads, especially people from Oklahoma. And not if anybody's from Oklahoma, it's nothing against you because it may not be you, but I see a whole lot of Oklahoma tags where people want to drive 75 and 80 miles an hour in a 75-mile-an-hour speed zone in the left lane. Granted, 80 is exceeding the speed limit, but get out of the left lane. It's not a passing lane. It's not a high speed lane, fast lane. It's a passing lane. I sometimes will get right up on their bumper. I mean, a lot closer than I should. And a couple of times I just flash my lights and try to get them to move over. Because, if you go to pass them on the right, guess whose fault that is if they move over? It's yours. All right. It used to be anyway. I don't know how the law is now, but it used to be. But I'm from Oklahoma. If I'm in the Zoom lane, I'm doing 90. I don't know. I don't think anybody should be driving in that left-hand lane unless they're passing somebody. And that's Texas state law too, because I have seen people get pulled over for it. And I don't know that I would pull them over too, but I don't know that I'd write them a ticket unless it was the same person I pulled over multiple times. I wouldn't give them a ticket over it. I would just say, "Hey, look, you're causing a traffic hazard by driving in that left-hand lane. It's for passing only." Unless there's a road hazard, something, if there's a reason, if there's a car on the shoulder, I understand. And people on a road where there is a divided area in it, you got your, like a lane in the middle. That lane is made there to use as a turning lane. Our Walmart, there's some people that will be in the driving lane and they'll have their left blinker on and stop in the driving lane instead of just moving over to that center. It's not a lane. It's for, as a matter of fact, I've seen trucks parked there for unloading or getting ready to unload because they can't get into the parking lot. But it's not, I don't know. I guess I shouldn't fuss. But I do understand getting frustrated at drivers. Obviously, you can tell that I can get frustrated myself. And that's how we drive in England. Flash the headlights to get them out of the way. It's part of the British Highway Code. I agree. Yeah, well, really, I think you're supposed to. Technically, I think you're supposed to do that anyway. When you get ready to pass somebody, you flash your lights and get their attention, let them know you're in fact going to pass them. I agree with that law 100%. I don't do it. I will flash my lights if they're in that left-hand lane, though, and I don't want to pass them on the right. And if I do pass them on the right, I will pass them, and I will, and don't do as I do, do as I say, don't do this. But I have been known to cut back over when there really wasn't enough room. I mean, I didn't put anybody in danger, but enough to get their attention to let them know I wasn't happy about what they was doing. And some people, there'll be, say, a truck, an eighth of a mile up the road, and they'll be in that left-hand lane, going slightly faster than the truck, but not fast enough to be in that lane yet. And I have cut behind them and then cut back over. I can, and I have had a few people riding with me and say, we're going to die. Not today, or not at this moment. I am a careful and safe driver, and I'm not going to do anything that is really dangerous or might cause somebody to have a wreck intentionally, but I'm going to let you know. And I'm not going to sit there and flip you off and everything, because there are genuinely some people that are just talking and not paying attention, and they may be in that lane, and there's no use in being a jerk to them. But I will get their attention, and I will let them know in a friendly Texas way. Oh, you can't be flashing and passing nowadays with the road rage. At least down here, you can't. I'll tell you one place I wouldn't do is up there where Steve lives, man. That one highway, I forgot what highway it was, man. It seemed like every 100 yards, it was almost like the what was the caverns and going to St. Louis, the Fantastic Taverns. Man, those signs start almost in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I mean, like every few miles, the Fantastic Taverns. But they've got signs on that one highway. I can't remember which one it is. They're in Colorado, and it says something about road rage. So apparently they have a lot of problems on the highway. And I think I mentioned that to Steve one time, and it's close to some town where there's a big prison. And apparently there's been a lot of stuff going on that highway. But yeah. I don't know. I'll get up behind them and I'll ride behind them for a minute, and an ant crawling on me. At least it didn't bite me. When I first moved into this apartment, I had little bugs that looked like an ant. Man, it wasn't a fire ant, but you want to talk about sting. That felt like a wasp sting. When they bit you, it was like, that kind of hurt. And the longer it sat there, the worse it got. And I only had them when I first moved in. And I don't know what they were. They kind of looked like an ant, but that one didn't bite me. I don't know what it was. But anyway, yeah, I'll get right up kind of behind them and try to get them to move over. And if they don't move over, then I'll flash my lights. And if they don't move over, then I'll go around them. I don't flash my lights every time, but and I want a neon sign that I can pop up in the back window that says, left lane passing only, moron. Drive friendly the Texas way. I call those pissants. Well, that's what about the size they were, but I don't know what they was. But man, they it burned when they stung you. But when I just first moved in, I had 3 or 4 of them, and I haven't seen any since. So I don't know. Maybe somebody that lived here before me had a issue with ants or whatever they were. But anyway, what am I missing here in the chat? I've been rambling. That is true. What did Chris say? Be careful, flashing headlights could get you shot in some places. I shoot back though. Got no problem. Somebody gonna shoot at me, I shoot you back. I'm not trying to be Billy Bad. See, I almost cursed. I'm not trying to be Mr. Billy Bad either. But if you want to play games, I can play back. I will avoid it at a lot of cost and go a long ways not to have confrontation. But I'm not going to be run over or shot at, especially. I did get. 90% sure I got shot at one time. We lived out, if mom remembers, if she's watching, I lived at Lakeside City. I don't know. Maybe I might have made a boy mad over me seeing his girlfriend. May or may not. I cannot say yay or nay. I don't know. But anyway, gunshot right when I got out of the car. Dad came outside to check on me. He said, I heard that. And I said, I don't know where it came from. We looked around, didn't see anybody, but I think I got shot at, but I'm not real sure. Now I've been out dove hunting and people shoot shotguns and the pepper, you get peppered with the little BBs falling out there. They're not shooting at you, but it's a little nerve wracking, a little edgy, I guess. It's a gang thing. They used to have a gang thing. I think it was in Oklahoma City that was real bad. They would intentionally leave their headlights off, and if you flash your lights at them, just to let them friendly know that they didn't have their headlights on, they would chase you down and shoot at you. That was the Lights Out gang or something like that. It was in the Oklahoma City area. That would have been back in the 80s. A short video on that. Just like the idiot road rage we had about a month ago. We tried. Oh, yeah, I remember seeing that one. My insurance is paid up, and if somebody wants to play games, I got dash cams out the front, out the back, and we can play. Like they said in Young Guns, the old man, when Billy the Kid and all of them was out there, the old man gets off, let's dance. I love that little scene right there. Oh, that was a good show anyway. If they want to play, I'll play. My insurance is paid up. And I will prove that I was in the right because I've got video cameras. And if you don't have video cameras, I highly suggest them. The little ants. Yeah. Anyway, I'm a really friendly guy, though, for real. If any of y'all ever get to really know me personally, you'll know that you can push me a long ways before I ever get up in your grill or say any crosswords to you. And if I do say a crossword to you, then I start feeling guilty of, even if you deserve it, I start feeling guilty about it, and I'll wind up apologizing when I didn't even do anything. I'm just an easygoing guy. But there's a couple of things that really irritate me. And it's because people are putting other people's lives in danger, not just their own, but a lot of people's, just because of their ignorance in driving. And I blame a lot of driving schools and driving teachers. They teach you how to drive. They teach you what is law, but not common sense. Just like they went through Wichita Falls and put in these little bicycle lanes, and they say the bicycle can use that entire lane. You got to be an idiot to drive down some of these roads on a bicycle and use that whole lane. You better ride up next to the curb. And it doesn't not matter one bit if it's law or not. Because what difference does it make if it's law or not if you got run over and killed? Makes no difference. Use the common sense. Don't forget the laws, but laws don't necessarily mean it's the right way, because there's a few laws that are right, but you got to use a little common sense. Maybe that's because I've been driving for so long. I don't know. But different road conditions, different ways, different things cause for different driving practices. Come on, common sense can't be taught. Yeah. These people need, and not just in driving, but in life in general. I tell you, I don't know what we're going to do. And sometimes I'm kind of glad I'm at the age I am. My grandpa used to say he outlived his time. And I understand where he's coming from, because some of the stupid stuff that people talk about and people do, I'm like, come on, really? Like taking $2 DoorDash orders and $7 Spark orders. Come on, really? Use a little common sense. But, yeah, they need to teach a little more thing in the driving school. And the truck drivers nowadays, my dad was a truck driver, and so I rode in a truck a lot and grew up around it. And truck drivers, a lot of them now, not all of them, but a lot of them now are nothing like what they used to be. Now, some of them shouldn't even be pulling a jet ski behind a Volkswagen. They drive them things like it's a car, and they think that they can get in and out and whip over and whip back and only need a dash cam. Been meaning to get one, just haven't. My dad keeps telling me to get one. I really would. I put a short video. I might have put that on TikTok actually. I kind of getting into the TikTok thing. I'm not. I heard that you can make good money doing the uh, affiliate marketing. Put a link to a product. I got like 4 or 5 products on there. I ain't made diddly. But anyway, I put a link on there. Actually, I have it right here. I'll show you. What did I do with it? Let's see. Dashing Grandpa. What did I do? Where did I save that to? It's a bad thing is I lose track of where I put stuff. And you got this Dashing Grandpa guy. You got this Grandpa's Random Reviews, and man. No, I didn't put it there. Man, oh well. I don't know what I did with it, y'all. You would have thought I would have made a folder that said TikTok on it. They don't sell common sense at Walmart, and you can't get it on Amazon. That's true. We need teach your friends, your kids, your grandkids, your cousins, your aunts. Try to teach them a little bit. Oh, open recent. I don't know what I did with that. Anyway, nevertheless, it was a video clip from my dash cam. I got T-boned and totaled my car, and once I sent that clip to their insurance company, they didn't question me anymore. They just started writing me checks. I mean, nothing like no lawsuit kind of checks, but they didn't question on whose fault it was or anything. They just instantly. That's why you need a dash cam and CYA. It's basically your insurance policy part, insurance policy, kind of not literally your insurance policy, but it helps. Yeah, I don't know what. Well, I made just a little short part to actually. I had put it on TikTok and did the writing on it and said because I just made a playlist with just the dash cams that I reviewed, but I put for this is why you need a dash cam, and then said check out Grandpa's Random Reviews on YouTube. So with a switch you had to pick. If you were able to get common sense beat into you, deep down you already had common sense. My parents had a lot of common sense. My grandparents did, and I guess there's some things that I might not in some people's eyes, but I've done okay. I don't know what I'm looking for. Oh, He was talking about a dash cam. I was going to, where is it? No, I don't want Dashing Grandpa. Oh, I can't. Will that go to that? Yeah, here you go. If you're curious about dash cams or questioning which one to get, I reviewed a few, and you can watch that and kind of get an idea. And in a lot of ways, I don't want to say a $39 dash cam is as good as a $200 dash cam, but for a dash cam to record an accident, it don't matter if it's a $39 one or a $200 one, as long as you can see what's happening. And I've had some people comment on some of them, say that the Sony sensor is so much better. The Sony Starvis sensor is so much better, and it probably is. But with a dash cam, why do you need to read a license plate that's 50 yards in front of you? In all reality, I mean, yes, it looks good, and if you're using it for videoing, for like YouTube videos, stuff, I get it. I get it completely. But just to record an accident, you need to be able to see the license plate that's like in your front bumper, or catch the car that's, when you're going this way and this one's coming this way, catch that car. As long as you can see the color, the type of car, things like that. Some of them have better clarity. Some of them don't. But the main thing is if you can see what's going on. Where I think the big difference in them is if they have GPS or not. And in some cases, the GPS can count against you, because if you have a wreck and you're in a 35 mile an hour speed zone, and that GPS video, because it records it, shows you're running 50, it's not going to make you look too good. And some of them do have a driver alert. It will sound a little tone if you start easing off, or if you're drifting out of your lane, or if there's something up ahead of you, it will give a little tone. I haven't reviewed one like that, but I have read about them. That's pretty cool. Anyway, main thing is just have a dash cam. Go to Walmart and buy the El Cheapo. Just have something to cover you in case you have a wreck. Rear channel, front channel, 3-channel with the interior. If you're doing rideshare, I highly recommend having one that does the inside of your car. Everybody who's done rideshare will probably attest to that. But anyway, that is a playlist of the ones I have done. And maybe, I know I'll probably be getting some more in to do reviews on. I'd really like to do some on some really supposedly high dollar ones. Not because they're high dollar. I just want to see what kind of difference there really is in all reality. When it comes right down to it, what makes them that much better? Maybe I'll tell you what does really good with it for a dash cam is a GoPro. But the GoPro will get hot and it'll overheat. And you're going to have to run a power cord to it. I used one for a while. When I was doing rideshare when I first started, I would flip my GoPro around and video the inside of the car when I pick up a rider. But you're talking $400 or $500, or what are they, $399 for the GoPro now? You can buy a really, really nice dash cam with all the features on it for less than that. Anyway, I've had to pick my own switch when I was young. I never really did. I got to hear the popping of a belt a few times, and chasing me with a fly swatter. I remember that. I asked my mom about that. She didn't remember it. I don't think I dreamed it up, but I don't know. Never understood stop crying or give you something to cry. Oh, I did hear that one. You have to be spanked, mean nothing to cry about. You just spank. I'm looking into one my dad got his at Walmart. His has an interview too. If you're doing rideshare, then you really need one just to cover yourself. Hopefully, you'll never have to justify any actions, throwing somebody out of the car, or them being stupid. But it's there if you need it. The main thing is the front dash cam. Then I would say the second most important one is your rear dash cam. My grandma used to threaten to cut our ears off. Hey, giggity. A little late, yeah. I'm running a little late, don't I? Oh, wow. I'm running really late. Hour and 45 minutes. I ought to put my corn dogs in, and when they're ready, I get off. But no, I won't do that. I need to head to Sleepyville. Well, I say that, but I won't. I know me. I got editing to do. Anyway, I appreciate you coming by, Tim. Have a great night and a better tomorrow. We'll catch you on the flip side. Tenfold. Southbound and down? Eastbound and down. Eastbound and down. Load them up the truck. I'm heating up my dinner myself. Yeah, I was talking about it earlier. I didn't want to get out, and I have corn dogs in there. I can throw in the air fryer. I did do a shopping order. I never tried this. It's like a brown spicy mustard, a Great Value brand. I did a shopping order, and they got 3 of them, and I thought I needed mustard, so I got it. I don't know what it's going to taste like. It's not Grey Poupon. It kind of looks like it, though. Never tried it. I'm heating up. We're going to do what they say can't be done. We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Eastbound, just let those triggers. Okay. Yep. Must have 6 look like we got ourselves a convoy. Y'all remember who sang that one? Was it C.W. McCall? Yes, sir. Ain't no doubt about it. And we ain't gonna pay no tolls. Oh, that's a different song, isn't it? Oh well. It's all that generation. Anyway, I am going to, with that, I need to say I'll see all you scum bums later. I'll be scumming and a bumming. And a slumming a little bit. Anyhow, I am going to get out of here myself, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming by. I really enjoyed tonight. I enjoy every company I ever get, but getting CW do teddy bear. Yeah. Yep. I wish I would. Anyway, my mind's going, man, that's some old music there. That's back in the 70s. Yeah. He just died recently, didn't he? Like a couple months ago. No. Deputy. Yeah, Jerry Reed. Anyway, I hit my flashlight. Sorry if that was loud. Anyway, y'all, I'm going to go make me a couple of corn dogs and load up some video files and do some editing. Fun. I do really appreciate y'all coming back. This has been a good live tonight, and everybody's talking and rolling with the chat and rolling with the flow. Keep on rolling with the flow and all that good stuff. Anyhow, appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great night. Y'all keep smiling, dashing, friends, and doing whatever it is you want to do. Just keep doing something because you're going to grow old if you don't, and that's for real. And be nice. And if you're driving slow or even driving in the left lane for no reason, scoot over. Hey, I'll catch y'all later. Thanks for coming for real. Y'all have a great night. Bye.